Good morning. Thank you all for having me here. They say when you're not used to speaking in front of people, there's three things you should absolutely do. One is don't go first. Thank you, Mike. Number two, imagine everybody in their underwear. Hashtag Me Too moment. And number three, start with a joke. We'll can the joke. My name is Steve Marks, and I am the owner and proprietor of VR Ocala. We are one of a growing number of virtual reality arcades in the USA and one of only a few here in Florida. Little interactive. Let me see a show of hands. How many people here remember and are old enough to, are willing to admit they're old enough to remember Pong? Okay. Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, World of Warcraft. How many of you own an Xbox or PlayStation or have kids who own an Xbox or a PlayStation? Anybody here ever used one of those where you put your phone in the virtual reality headsets? Okay. Anybody here actually used an HTC Vive or an Oculus Rift? Okay, we have a couple people, good. As computers have become more sophisticated, the first applications are almost always games. The reason for this is because the popularity of games provides the financing for more advanced applications of the technology. In today's world, there's even a need for skilled gamers to pilot unmanned drones in the military. Virtual reality is special and a phenomenal leap in far more than just gaming. Many of you or your kids have seen a recent blockbuster movie called Ready Player One. This shows a dystopian view of a world where virtual reality is more than pervasive, it's a necessary way of life. Obviously, that's dramatized for the sake of story, but it's really not a far leap from where we are now. Virtual reality is a game changer for real estate, commerce, education, job training, and human interaction. UPS is already using virtual reality to train their drivers to become aware of the potential dangers when they're driving in a residential area. The military and the police departments are using virtual reality simulators for the same types of things, as well as for training with actual weaponry. Because in the virtual reality world, you can actually feel like you're holding an M16 or some other weapon and actually have to make the moves to maneuver, to load the gun, to fire the gun, things like that. Walmart is working on a new app right now, which should be ready maybe next year. Everybody knows you can go to Walmart right now and buy green beans if you want to, and then drive to the store to pick it up. You can do that with Amazon, with all these other stores, but what they're lacking in commerce there is when you're actually in a store and you're walking around and looking at things, oh, I need this too, I need that too. With the Walmart app, you will actually don a virtual reality headset and you will see a grocery cart in front of you and you will be able to actually walk down the aisles, pick up things off the shelf, look at them, read the labels, see other things that are for sale, and then go to a virtual cashier and check out. Virtual reality is going to change education. Within the next couple of years, teachers will be able to teach to 5,000 instead of to 50. And you'll actually be able to feel like you're there. Even now, you can attend certain live music events and actually be there live and see what's going on and be a part of the happening. So why did I open a virtual reality gaming center? In spite of the more sophisticated applications, at its very basic, virtual reality is amazing and it's a whole lot of fun. You saw a video of somebody I had at my virtual reality center just doing something called the plank challenge, where they go up an elevator to the 50th floor of a building, they're 500 feet in the air, and the elevator opens up, and all there is a 2x4. And even though you know you're on solid ground, the true virtual reality headsets will make your brain believe that you are 500 feet in the air. When you look down, I've been using this stuff for 2 years, and I don't like heights. It still freaks me out, even though I know I have nowhere for me to fall. It's there. I've been using VR for the last 2 years. I think I heard somebody say nerd back there. That's okay. I was reading in Forbes that virtual reality arcades are the game rooms of the future. In the next 5 years, it'll be a $45 billion business. And I already own the equipment, and I love this stuff, and I thought to myself, well, why wait for somebody else to be first? Virtual reality isn't just for games. There are applications that we have that are workouts that will make you sweat. There are relaxation apps where you can be on a beach listening to pretty music and listening to some types of calm, soothing words. You can take trips to places you would never get to go, museums around the world. You can take a virtual tour of the ISS space station. Whether you're 12 or 112, VR experiences are worth having, even if you're not a gamer, just to see what's coming, because the world is changing, and virtual reality is going to be a big part of the future. If you've experienced virtual reality, you know I'm not exaggerating when I say it's mind-blowing. When I was invited to come out here by Jessica, I had Jessica and Ryan come out, and they got to see what was going on, and I think they'll attest to the fact that it was a little bit different than what they maybe had been expecting. Having the most amazing, fun, and technology around is great. My biggest challenge is allowing people to know what we have and what's there, because traditional advertising really doesn't work. You can tell people, hey, we've got a virtual reality arcade, but most people have not been exposed, and they're just words. They don't have the feeling, they don't have the passion. It's not, you know, are you hungry? And you get the Whopper slogan, oh yeah, I want one. I know what that is, and I want one now. People need to see, touch, feel, get the experience, and I have yet to have a person that came in that hadn't used it before, that put the headset on and came away without going, wow. And that's our biggest challenge.